In this video, we tried to solve a coding challenge in multiple ways. The challenge is given a string and return a new string with the reversed order of characters. Meaning, if you have a word, we should reverse the order of the characters either from front to back or from back to front. And we tried to solve this coding challenge in 3 ways. The first way, we will use Python built-in functions. The second way, we will use for loop and while loop. And the third way, we will use recursion function. So to solve this issue, we need to go through 4 main steps. The first step, we need to turn the string into an array. The second step, we need to call the reverse method on the array. And the third step, we need to join the array back into a string. And lastly, we need to return the string. So let's go ahead and define a function, and we will call the function reverse list. And then this will get one parameter or argument, which is string. And the first step is to turn the string into an array. So characters equal to a list of str. So this will convert the string into a list of characters. And the second step is to call reverse methods on the array or the list. So chars dot reverse. And then we need to join the reverse characters into a string. So we can call this rev equal to empty string, and then we call join function, and then we need to pass characters to it. So this will join the characters back to a string, and lastly we need to return rev. So let's go ahead and call the function and see the result. So print reverse list, and then we pass to this apple. So in our terminal we need to go to Python 3 and then string reversal.py, and then if you hit enter, and as you can see, we managed to reverse the string of apple to alpa. And to simplify these 4 lines of code, we can comment them out. We can just return empty string dot join, and then we call reversed function, and then we pass str to it. And this will do the same thing as these 4 lines of codes. So if you go to Python 3, string reversal.py, enter, we should get the same result. So essentially this line is the same as these 4 lines. So let's uncomment that out and comment this just in case if you do not want to do it in a longer way, there is a simpler way. Alright, so the second solution is using for loop and while loop. And there are 3 main steps to solve this coding challenge with the for loop and while loop. First, we need to create an empty string called reverse. Second, for each character in the providing string, we take the first character and add it to the start of the reverse variable. And lastly, we return the result. So let's go ahead and define a function, and we call this reverse for, and then we provide a string to this. And based on our first step, we need to create a variable called reversed, and then we leave this as empty. And then we need to create a for loop. So for each characters in string, we will call the reversed variable, and we assign each character and concatenate the reversed string. So this way, we will append each character at the start of the reversed string. And lastly, we need to return the reversed variable. To see the result, let's go ahead and print the result. So print, and then we need to call the reversed function, so reversed for, and then we pass to this a string, so hello. And let's go ahead and run the script. So if we go to Python 3 string reversal.py and hit enter, and as you can see, we were able to reverse the word hello, and we have olleh. And if this doesn't make sense to you, we can solve it in a different way. We can use while loop. So if you comment this out, and let's go ahead and define a different function, and we will call this reverse while, and then we pass it to this a string, and we need to declare a reverse variable, and we will keep this empty. And we also need to have a length variable, so length equal to ln, and then we pass to this str. So now we will have the length of the string that we passed to the function. And for while loop, we need to check if length is greater or equal to 0. In that case, we go out of the loop, or else we go inside the loop and we keep looping. And we need to call the reversed variable, and then we concatenate to this. So reversed plus, and then str, and then we pass to this the length. So we go through the index of the array. So we start from the last to front, and we need to subtract -1 to the length each time we iterate through the loop. So length equal to length -1. And lastly, we need to return reversed variable. And let's go ahead and print the result. So print and then reversed while loop. And we pass to this hello world. And we need to save and run the script. And if you run this script out, and apparently we are having an error. Okay, so string index out of range, because we have a length of string and we need to subtract 1 to this, because an array starts from 0 and the last index would be the length of the string -1. And if you save and run again, so let's clear this out and run the script, and here we go. We were able to reverse the string successfully. So these are 2 ways to reverse a string. Alright, so the last and third solution for this coding challenge is recursion functions. And it takes 4 steps to solve this coding challenge. The first step, we need an empty string, we call it reversed. And then we need a condition to stop the function call to avoid infinite looping. And third, for each character in the providing string, we take the character and add it to the start. And lastly, we return the reverse string or the result. So let's go ahead and define a function. We call this reverse recursion, and this would take a string. And based on the second step, we need to define a condition. So if length is str equal to 0, then we need to return str, and else we need to return the reverse recursion. So we are calling the function itself. So str and then 1, that means we start from 1 until the end. And we need to concatenate on this, basically str and 0. So basically this is what it takes to reverse a word. So let's go ahead, print the function, so reverse recursion, and then we say hello world, and let's go ahead and save and run the script. So if you clear this out and we run the string reversal script, and as you can see, we were able to reverse the word hello world. And if this doesn't make sense, basically we have a function and we pass to this a string, for example, hello. And then we call the function itself and we reduce 1 character from the front. So we call the function again. And in this case, we will have hello without the h. And this would call the function again. And this would be LLO, and again this function would pass LO, and again this would be O. And don't forget, we are adding the first character to it. So this would be plus H, and this would be plus E, and this would be plus L, and this would be plus L as well. So the result of this would be OL, and the OL will be passed to this function. So this OL would be basically OL plus L, so it will be OOL, and this would be passed to this. So this would be OLLE, and we pass this to this function. So basically OLLE, and then we have H. So this would be the reverse of hello. So this is the idea behind recursive function. Basically, it keeps calling on itself until the stack is full, and then we pop them one by one. All right, we have made it. I hope this video was informative, and if you managed to solve this coding challenge in different ways, please provide your solution in the comment down below so that we learn from the solution. And before you leave, do not forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.